I am on Enid Lake. Enid. Weird name for a lake, but Enid Lake. It is just in Mississippi. It's north of Grenada. I can't remember the acreage. I mean, it's a pretty good sized lake, but it's not nearly as big as Grenada at 30,000. This might be like half the size, 15 roughly. But I thought I'd give this like a try. Didn't never heard. Don't know of anyone ever mentioning this name, fishing it, but it's got the same watercolor pretty much as Granada, which is really good, and it has the same structure situation at the dam here. I mean, you got this. I measured it on Google Earth. It's about a mile long, the riprap here. So, and it's at Winter Pool pretty much right now. I think it's down roughly 15 feet, where Granada was down almost 19 feet. But lousy weather conditions, of course. That cold front came through yesterday. It's got down to 39. Supposed to rebound close to 60 today, but going to see if we've got a bass situation by the riprap here too. So you wonder where Casey's at. Today's Monday, Thanksgiving week. He has a school e-learning day, so he's in the van, plugged into his iPad, going to school right now. So I'm out here by myself. Going to see if we can get some of these Enid Lake bass.
All right, I got to stop the film here and start giving you a recap. I want to tell you what the structure situation was there before I start showing you all the bass we caught there. And we caught quite a few bass on this lake. It was a pleasant surprise. But let's get into a few things here. First off, well, in Enid Lake, Mississippi, I'm sure most of you saw the previous video I just did on Granada Lake. This lake is just north of Granada Lake. This is the four main flow control reservoirs in Mississippi: Granada, Enid, Sardis, and Butler Lake. Um, this one, Enid, is probably half the size of Granada, but it's still big. I want to say it's around roughly 15,000, 18,000 acres, I think, actually, when it's at full pull. But a couple before I get into the structural situation of the dam, I just want to talk about the Navionics map here. When I was researching these lakes, well, first off, you look on YouTube or the internet, you can hardly find any mention of largemouth bass. All four of these lakes are really known for crappies. In the regulations for crappies in all four of these reservoirs are a 12-inch minimum, and you're limited to 15 crappie per person or 40 total per boat. So you're fishing three or more people, you're only allowed 40 total or 15 per person. So they're all big crappies, and all four of these reservoirs down here consistently produce crappies. 3-pound crappies are not uncommon in any of these reservoirs down here, and probably, gosh, 95% of people that fish it all fish for crappies out here. Probably the remaining of them fish for probably catfish. Really surprised the lack of bass fishing. Like I said, you look on YouTube or in the internet, you can hardly find any mention of bass fishing. When we were at Granada for almost 2 days, we did see a couple of bass boats fishing the riprap or fishing in this little cove over here. Did not see anyone fishing for bass in Enid Lake. We did spend about half a day on Butler Lake on our last day going home. Didn't see anyone fishing for bass there. That was all crappie fishing. Um, but let's get back in the lake. Now, if you look at the Navionics map here, I didn't think that was that popular of a lake because all the three other reservoirs for Navionics are a true HD contour map, 1 foot contours, where Enid Lake is just a basic contours. What do you got here? You got 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Yeah, just 5 foot contours, just a standard definition contour map if you want to call it. Now, let me mention one thing here. If you go over here and click on sonar charts, it shows it as HD, but it is not HD. They interpolate the data, the standard definition data, and make it HD. I wish they would not do that because the average novice fisherman is going to look at this and think that it's a true HD map. You can just tell the way these contour lines are that it's not true. They just interpolate that standard definition data, and they just guess at what it would look like, and you can't do that when it comes to the bottom of the lake. So, but and to tell you the truth, I actually prefer the standard definition 5-foot contour map because all I want to know when I'm fishing this is where's the main channel and where's the feeder creeks, and we can pretty much draw our own conclusions on where the structures are going to be at. Matter of fact, I'm going to jump ahead of myself a little bit here. After we were fishing the dam for quite a bit, we decided we were going to do some crappie fishing. So I looked at the lake map, this same map here, standard definition map, and I thought, all right, where could we go that I think is going to be the best spot on the lake for crappie and would probably bass as well too. So I says it must. I looked at this. I'm like, okay, I want to go to the biggest feeder creek, which isn't sort of close to the dam, not quite the middle of the lake, but it's the biggest feeder creek. So I'm thinking to myself, that's probably going to be one of the best areas in the whole lake where you got the biggest feeder creek, and you can see. And that one other thing I want to mention here is I was a little skeptical when I looked at this map originally because it shows the main channel almost straight as an arrow going down here, and it just doesn't look right at all. I didn't think that. Wasn't sure how accurate it was going to be, but after being on the water and looking at it, yeah, that main channel is straight as an arrow here. I don't know if that's if it was that way from the beginning or if it was man-made in somehow, straightened out. But it is straight like that. But the side feeder channels that go into it, you can see they've got your twists and turns in there like you would think they would here. You can see them all over here. So anyway, when we decided to do some crappie fishing, I'm like, okay, I think the best area is probably going to be this major feeder stream cut, working right where it meets the main channel, and working this general area here. So we left the dam. I looked at it on my map, and it was 3 miles away to get to this point here. So I thought, okay, that's not a bad run. We'll head over there. So we're about a third of the way there, maybe half the way there, and we can see some dots that there's some boats there. And it just goes to show you how well of an interpretation I did. All the boats in the entire lake, we didn't see any boats anywhere until we got here. There were 4 other boats fishing, and they're all in this area right here, the same exact area that I said, this is probably going to be the best spot. So it was, felt pretty good to know that my interpretation was probably right on the money because that's where all the other boats were fishing. I didn't want to crowd these other boats. There looked like there was a boat like right here where the feeder creek came out of the main channel. These were all crappie fishermen. It seemed like there was a boat fishing here, one over here. I did work my way in over here, and we found a spot on the main channel where it just lit up like a Christmas tree. And we spot locked on it, threw down some crappie jigs, and we had some minnows we bought earlier. And we did catch, or I should say Casey caught them both, 2 crappies that were 10.5 inches long. Those would have been nice crappies up north on any lake, but we let them go, obviously. They weren't illegal, but we did catch 2, so it was fun to know that we got some nice crappies, or managed to find them. Yeah, so let's get back to the dam. So when I got to the dam, well, and one other thing I want to make about it, this map, like I say, was fairly accurate. The only thing I found out that wasn't accurate at all is this main channel did not go all the way to the dam here, to the riprap. Matter of fact, it stopped way short of hitting riprap here. It was at least a football field 100 yards away. I want to say right around here the channel stopped. They must have filled it in. I'm assuming that they filled it in. They backfilled it in, probably for construction when they built the dam with, the bulldozers or equipment they had going back and forth on there. But the odd thing about it was there was like a hot spot, and it was over here in this area and over here where it got shallow. I would say 80% of the fish we caught came from this area over here. But the channel stopped like I say, it was a good football field away. And I don't know what was causing these fish. I thought maybe when they filled it in, there was a difference in the bottom. It was harder or softer material. But when I went across with my depth finder, I didn't see any variation in bottom at all. It just seemed flat as a pancake. No difference. So s- something had those fish. This was a hot spot for a reason, but like I say, there was no sign or evidence of this main channel whatsoever. It stopped way back here. But now let me talk about what this structure did look like, because it did not look anything like the structure situation that I found at Granada Lake. All right, here we go. The normal full pull elevation is 250. When I was out there fishing it, it was at 233.38, a difference of roughly 12 feet. And ironically enough, the elevation lowered right where the riprap stopped, exactly where the riprap stopped. If you went a little bit further to the south of the dam, the riprap, you can see that it was about maybe 6 inches to a foot above the water line. And the closer you got to the other half of the dam, it gradually went down. And for the most part, the riprap stopped right at the water. So this was not a structured situation where I was fishing the riprap. I was coming over here, and it was a very distinct 6-foot break line that was at good 40 feet away from the shoreline here. It was, like I say, it was good 40, 50 feet away. It was at least 2 or 3, or actually 3 or 4 boat lengths away from the shore to get to this break line here. It was so I started fishing this 6-foot break line, and it was consistent the whole length of the dam. And I was running at 6-foot break line, and then I started running down it a little bit, till it petered out over here. But all the fish we caught were just off the 6-foot break line, or just off it, in 7, 8, 9, 10 feet over here. Um, so it was a very good day we had out there. Like I said, Casey was in school. He was stuck in the van most of the day, e-learning. And I'm out there texting. I'm saying, well, I got 4. I got 6 now. I got 8 bass now. I think he finally made it out there when I think I was up to 12. I think we ended up catching around roughly 20 for the day. We did keep 10 of the biggest ones in a live well just to get a picture shot. We let all the fish go. Did not keep any fish out there. But we really enjoyed ourselves on Enid Lake. Definitely go back there again. It looks like it's got a really good, healthy bass population. There were several year classes of fish we caught there. Pretty much the same thing in Granada too. We had several different size fish we also caught in Granada. But going to go back to there. I did not fish Sardis Lake. I'm really looking forward to fishing that lake. So probably, hopefully next fall. We're going to make another, hopefully it's going to be an annual fall trip for us to fish these lakes down there. So I'm hoping to get on Sardis next fall and fish it. But I'll play the video of all the fish we caught here. And I think the biggest fish we caught was right at 4 pounds. But most of the fish, average fish, were probably, just under 3 pounds, maybe 2 3/4. 3 pounds is probably the average. You'll see in the video here. So it was a great time, fun time. Definitely going to go back to this lake as well as Granada Lake. They're only like it's only like a 25-minute ride, if that, between these two lakes, and another 20 minutes from Enid over to Sardis Lake. So they're all pretty close to each other. So that's my report on Enid Lake. Enjoy watching the video, and thanks for watching. bass on Enid Lake. About a 17-incher maybe. Nice. Second fish at Enid Lake. Small fish though. White bass. Look at that, it's a nice chunky white bass. Got a little chunky white bass. Big old belly on him. Got another one, must be a school of them back there. Expecting anything on this cold front day. First day after a cold front, look at it. You can't see the bottom of the sky. You got a northeast wind. It's cold out here. This is my fourth fish in about 20-25 minutes out here. That's a small little bass, but surprisingly good. It just goes to show you, well, you got to go fishing when you can. I was a little bit discouraged today, thinking with this cold front conditions, it was going to be nothing going on today, but you never know. It's, and, not a big fish. The first one was a nice one, but just goes to show you, sometimes you don't know what the fish are going to be doing. It's the fourth largemouth and one white bass in 35-40 minutes at the most. And they're smacking it pretty good today too. Fish out. Nice one. Making the second full pass on, and I switched to a 200 series hook now, a little bit deeper. Trying to work the side of that break as it's going down. Nice little bass. You're not getting any monsters, but a lot of action. A lot of good action here. There we go. He's probably like about 14 incher. There we go. Oh, that's nice. That's a good one. ran me pretty good. If it's a bass or not though, he's not coming up to the top. Let's see. We'll show you what we got here. Oh yeah, it is a bass. Oh. That's a nice adult fish. That's the second big guy. Nice adult fish. He's probably about 17, maybe 18 inches. Look at that, just nailed that 200 spoon plug. Sweet.
Alright, I'm hooked up.
All right, I got Casey in the boat with me now. He's got a break in between classes. Looks like he's first pass here with Casey, but he's got, looks like an adult fish on. You want, oh yeah, yeah. I got the net for you over here. Boom.
Here we go.
Looks like he's about 16 maybe.
Yep.
Been getting a lot of different size fish out here, so there must be a lot of good different year classes out here. So, all right, nice.
There we go.
All right, we'll get some more.
Let's get some more. Alright, we're hooked up.
Yeah, we took a break for a little bit. Casey was stuck doing some schooling, e-learning as they call it now. And we just got back out on the brake line here. Second pass. Got a nice pass here. Up. Yeah, I'll just fling him in.
You sure?
Yeah, he's so good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's 16, 17 incher. Oh, he just nailed that spoon plug there. I can't even grip him. He got both set of hooks in there. There we go. Boy, I tell you, man, we've had a lot of nice bass out of this lake today. Awesome.
Alrighty, we hooked up like 2 minutes
These fish
after.
are still here. We left them for about 3 hours, maybe 2.5, 3 hours. Came back. This is just the very next pass after the last one I just caught. About the same size fish, it feels like.
They might be a little bigger actually. I saw
I'll
it jump.
tell you, this is our first. You know, this was how deadly spoon plugging is. When you have the knowledge of spoon plugging, to go out on a lake you've never been on before. It's our first time ever on this lake, and under bad, old front conditions. Another 16, maybe 17 incher, just like the last one. Look at that.
That spoon plug's like candy down here.
Yeah.
Look at the conditions. Pretty much not a cloud in the sky. You can see the moon all the way up there. Shows you how rough these conditions are.
And we're catching, you know, we're not catching, you know, 5-pounders, but we're getting a lot of
2.5
to 3.5.
Alright, let's get some more.
This is good. This was going to be our last trolling pass.
Coming right forward.
Casey's running the boat. What's that?
Coming right
Oh.
forward. Oh, never mind.
Oh.
I thought it was a lot
Oh.
bigger. Thank you.
It's a nice size. Get him in. Get him in. Well, he's 16 incher. He's not bad. A little skinny,
I
but
thought it was bigger.
he's about 16. Awesome, man. Well, I'm not going to ask you what you caught it on because that's what we'll be catching them all on. All right. I hate to leave this lake for the day because it's been consistent action all day. It's been stragglers all day, so it's been a blast out here. We tried on the cast, couldn't get any on the cast, but
There we go.
nice.
Alright, let's get some more. Alright, we're hooked up. I was trolling again. Got my dad hooked up on a fish.
He just
Nice.
This is our last pass. I hate to leave when the fish are still going, but we only got like another 20 minutes of daylight left. The action here has been consistent all day, and it's such tough conditions here. Now he's coming in. Yeah, this feels like a. Oh yeah, it's one of the day, I think. Look at this one. Yeah, he's a solid 4, 4.5. You got him? No, leave the spoon plug in there. Just help pick him up.
Oh. Nice.
Nice one, man.
Awesome. Alright, let's get some more. 10 bass for nice photo.
We kept 10 in the live well. We're going to release them all here. Casey's got some of the nicer ones there. There's 4 bass there. I'll tell you, first time ever on the lake. Just goes to show you how effective spoon plugging is once you know depth, speed, structure, how fish react to weather and water. You can see we got really good watercolor here on Enid Lake. And that's probably the biggest one.
The last fish of the day.
Oh, was it? Yeah, nice. Nice. Running the dam, the break. Well, it's actually not riprap. Not running the riprap. The riprap stops. We're just running a brake line by the dam. That's 4. We got them laying all over the place here. There's 5, 6.
Probably a 2 and 3, 2.5. This guy's small.
Yeah, yeah. All the ones we put in live well were at least 15 inches. Most of them, I'd say the average size was probably 16 to 17. We had a couple of bigger ones. But overall, it was a really good day out here. You got two stuck, fell down over there. But really nice day. Casey unfortunately missed most of the action because he was e-learning. There you go, another 2. All right. And we got 2 more left here. We're not keeping any bass, but the limit in Mississippi, there's no minimum size limit on bass, and you're allowed 10 per person. It's crazy. But there you go.
2 pounds.
Yeah.
Each.
Yeah. Tell you, everyone talks about crappies in these lakes in the Mississippi, and there's some really good bass down here. This is a lake that we're definitely be coming back on, fishing later. All right. What do you say, Case man?
Let's get some more.